Welcome you all dear students. In today's session, we are going to study about active voice and passive voice. So in active voice, we have subject, verb, object. In passive voice, we have object at first of active. Then HV. H refers to helping, V refers to verb, helping verb. Along with that, V3 form of main verb. V3 form of main verb. Then by plus subject of active voice. So this is the way we have to do active voice into passive. Active voice contains subject, verb, object. Then when we come to passive voice, we have object of active, then helping verb, which is based on the verb, along with V3 form of main verb plus by, then subject of active voice. So this is the way we have to do active to passive. Here there are two sentences. Rama helps Hari. Hari is helped by Rama. Like I told you, in active voice, say this first statement is active, the second one is passive. Here Rama is subject, helps verb, Hari object. See, object becomes subject of passive voice, then is helping verb, which is based on the tense which is given in active, helps. So we can easily recognize it is nothing but simple present. So helped, V3 form of helps by Rama. So Rama subject of active voice, and doer of action, receiver of action. Doer, the person who is reason for doing action. So who is doing action here? Rama helps Hari. Rama is the doer. Then receiver. Who is the receiver? Receiver is Hari. Hari is receiving the action of Rama. So keep in mind, doer of action and receiver of action is very important to understand passive and active. Okay. Here you can see rules. Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, simple past, past continuous, past perfect. Then moral auxiliaries like will, can, may, must. Okay, it is a plus base. Here you can see we make cheese from milk. Cheese is made from milk. Usha likes these paintings. These paintings are liked by Usha. Anil is using the computer. Computer is being used by Anil. Sheila is looking after the children. The children are being looked after by Sheila. I have lost my ticket. My ticket has been lost. Somebody has stolen my shoes. My shoes have been stolen. The videoed the function. They videoed the function. The function was videoed. I returned the CDs yesterday. The CDs were returned yesterday. They were repairing the road. The road was being repaired. Vinay was painting the gate. The gate was being painted by Vinay. They had sold out the tickets. The tickets had been sold out. We will know the results tomorrow. The results will be known tomorrow. You can park the car there. The car can be parked there. We should pay the phone bill today. The phone bill should be paid today. So, this is the way we are using tense form in both active and passive. One thing you have to keep in mind is no need to change tense form here like reported speech. So, totally opposite here. Here, if the sentence is given in simple present, you have to use helping verb from simple present. Got the point? So this is the way we have to change voice. Okay, it's let's move to the sentences. Yes, someone has already paid the workers. Paid the workers. Someone has here someone doer of action, the workers receiver of action. Someone is doing something, right? What is that? Paid, has paid. Let me take someone as subject. Has already paid verb. Workers object. Let us take object at first in passive voice. The workers. Because of plural form, you have to take have. Why? Because the given statement is in present perfect tense. So have already been paid. Because of tense form we have to take. So which tense is used here? Present perfect. So that been is used along with paid. This is what? V3 form of pay. Then who wrote that book? Who was that book written by? See, this sentence is different. Why? Because is given in the form like interrogative. And the passive voice also ends with question mark. Here you can see question mark. Here active also. And one more way or method we can write the same sentence by using by whom was that book by whom was that book written. Yes, put a question mark. So this is another way to write the same sentence. Here what we notice from active to passive is no need of changing its meaning form. So meaning is same. Okay. Next, they taught him Spanish and gave him a word list. Here they subject, taught, verb, him, object. Okay. And one more verb is given. So let us add this particular verb in passive voice. He was. He was. Your object of active voice. Object of active voice becomes subject of passive voice here. He was taught because of tense form taught, teach, taught, taught. So taught is V2 form and V3 form of taught is taught only. He was taught because of tense form simple past so that he was taught Spanish and given. So we have written helping verb and we have to write the main verb in V3 form. So V3 form of gave is given a word list. This is the way sentence have to write. People say that the strike will be end soon. Here one thing we have to change is people say that the strike will end soon. The strike is said to end soon. We can also write people say that the strike will be ended soon. We can also write like this. Okay, let us move to next one. My friend offered me a job at the bank. Here my friend subject, offered verb, me object, and a job also as object. So object 1, object 2. So there are two objects here. Let me take first as object 1. I. Here me becomes I. I was. Because of tense, my friend offered. Given tense form is simple past, so that I was. Here I past person singular. As a result, let me take was. I was offered. Offered. V3 form of offer is offered a job. A job at the bank by my friend. Okay. Let's just do the second object. A job at the bank was offered to me by my friend. Here, very simple thing is that you can take a job because your job is object to a job at the bank. You can also place this at the bank after that. Why? Because you can write a job was offered to me at the bank by my friend. So this is the way you can also write this statement. Okay, so there is no problem in meaning. Or you can write at the a job at the bank was offered to me by my friend. Okay, so there are three ways to write this. So which one is suitable? You just follow. As my opinion, you have to follow like a job was offered to me at the bank by my friend. That is the authentic. Next, the boss asked him to leave the meeting. The boss asked him to leave the meeting. Here, boss, the boss subject, asked verb, him object. You take object of active at first in passive. He was because of tense form asked. He was asked with the form of asked by the boss. You can write in bracket by the boss to leave the meeting. So it's very simple to do. Next, did the proposal interest you? Were you interested by the proposal? So let me explain at the end this. Okay. They will show the paintings at the exhibition until Monday. Here they will show the paintings at the exhibition. You can also take or you can place at the end. Okay, no problem. See, the paintings at the exhibition will be shown until Monday, or you can also write the paintings will be shown at the exhibition until Monday. So this is the way you can write Once again, I'll read out because you can't see my handwriting. The paintings will be shown at the exhibition until Monday. Got it? Next, they are repairing the church bells at the moment. They, subject, are repairing verb. The church bells, object. The church bells, because of tense form, present continuous, so that you take helping verb as it is. The church bells are being, because of ing form, repairing. So, being, then repair. What is the V3 form? Repairing is V4, then V3 is repaired at the moment. They say that the man is living in London. The man is living. The man is said to be living in London. Okay. Next, you have never watered these plants. These plants, object. You have never watered, verb. You, subject. These plants have never been watered. Okay. When I entered the room, the teacher was passing out the test instructions. When I entered the room, then here you have an action. The teacher was passing out the test instructions. Here, the test instructions object was passing out verb. The teacher becomes subject here. Okay. So write down the test instructions were. Here was, because teacher is singular, but here instructions plural form. As a result, you have to write were. And passing, the tense form is given is here past continuous, so that being passed out. Passing, V3 form of passing is passed out. Then they treat and cure people at hospitals. People are, you can understand people here, object, treat and cure is verb, they, subject. So take at first object, people are, because of tense form, simple present, simple present. Okay, simple present. So you take people are treated and cured. So there are two verbs here, treat and cure. So write V3 form of both, treated and cured at hospitals. They haven't seen him since last week. They, subject, haven't seen, verb, him, object. You take him, he hasn't, because of third person singular, so that you have to write has form here. Don't write have form. Have form is used before they, because they plural form. Okay, third person plural form, but here he is third person singular. That's why he hasn't been. The tense form is present perfect tense, present perfect, so that he hasn't been seen since last week. Everyone says he is a great footballer. He is said to be a great footballer. So this is another case. The same sentence you have noticed earlier. Why? Because here there is no action, but person says him to do like this. So it is written, He is said to be a great footballer. The police told her that they had found her lost purse. There are two clauses here, that is subordinating conjunction, and the police told her, that is clause here. One more clause, they had found her lost purse. So there are two clauses. So which sentence it is? This is nothing but complex. Complex sentence. Complex sentence. So complex in the sense, the sentence which involves subordinating and main clause and subordinating, and combined by subordinate clause, that is known as complex here. The police told her that they had found her lost purse. Here her object, told verb, the police subject. See, object becomes subject of passive, that is she. She was, because of tense form told, she was told by the police. You can write in bracket or you can write without bracket. That is conjunction to use to connect two clauses together. That here her lost purse, object of the next clause. They subject, had found is verb. So take verb there, that her lost purse had. Don't want to change because tense form is used in past perfect. They had been found. So this is the simple way to complete all these sentences. Next, who wrote that book? See, there are two ways of writing this sentence in passive voice. Passive voice. In what way we have to came to know about these two answers? Let us know about this. Yes, let me take it first is, who was that book written by? How do you come to know about this answer? It's very simple. Just have a look at here. Let me do one thing. I won't take who here. Okay. Let me put that who in the box. Let me take wrote as verb, that book as object. So that in passive voice we have to take object at first. Write down that book. That book. Tense form is wrote, simple past. Simple past. So that in simple past we have either was or were form. That book here is singular. That's why let me take was. Was. Wrote. V3 form of wrote is written. That book was written. What next? Written by. Written by. Put a full stop here at the end. Then come here to the point which you are discussing. You take a WH who at the beginning. Who. Then, as you know, the statement who wrote here, help verb is there. That's why you take this helping verb at first. That means that in the third step, what you have to do? I mean, second step, who was. Was you have taken who was, then that book was. Who was that book written? Was you have taken already, no need to take again. Was that book written by? Put a question mark, no need to put a full stop. So this is the way you have to answer this particular sentence. Let us go to another method. Who wrote that book? The same sentence and having different answer. It's not different, but the form is the same, that different. Who wrote that book? What we have to do here is, let us take wrote as verb, object. Take object first, that book, then was, because tense form, was written, was written, was written. Put a full stop at the end. Come to next step. Next step is that we didn't use by here, so that at the beginning we have to take by, then WH. By whom? Not a single word, different words. By whom? Next, you have to take was at first of the sentence in the second step. Whom, by whom was that book, that book written, that book written. Put a question mark here. So this is another form to write the statement. Okay. Yes. Who taught you English grammar? There are three answers for this in passive form. Passive voice. What are the ways to do these answers here? Let us see one by one. Who taught you English grammar? So we have answered like this. By whom was English grammar taught to you? Let us see. At first, we have to recognize verb and object. Let me take taught as verb, English grammar as object. So in first step, English grammar, object, no, that's why English grammar taught. So tense is simple past, so that was English grammar, yes, singular, was taught. V3 form of taught is taught again, taught. English grammar was taught to you. Put a full stop. Then you can take WH along with by. By whom? By whom? Take helping verb at first. By whom was? By whom was English grammar taught to you? Put question mark at the end. So this is the way to find this answer. This is the first method. The second method is, who taught you English grammar? What is the answer we have here? Who were you taught English grammar by? It's very simple. The same procedure you have to follow. If you select taught as verb, you have to select you as object. There are two objects here, you and English grammar. So in second method, let me take you as object. You take it first you, Because of tense form, taught, simple past, so that you take were, and also here you is second person singular, either singular or plural, both are same. You were taught, v3 form of teach. Got it? Teach is the root word of taught. Teach, taught, taught, and teaching. So we have forms of verbs like v1, v2, v3, and v4. Let us take teach. Teach, v1. v1 is teach, v2 is taught, v3 is taught again. At the end, v4 is teaching. So this is the concept. Because v1 present tense, v2 past tense, v3 past participle, and at the end v4 is present participle. Keep in mind, it's very important to understand. You were taught, English, grammar by, at the end put a full stop. Next step, you just take wh at first, who. Then you search helping verb. Here is helping verb were. You take at the first. So when you take wh, after wh you take were, who were you taught, English, grammar by. Put a question mark at the end. So this is the second step to write, and the third step at the end is very simple to write. How do you write third step? By whom were you taught English grammar? Here third step and the first step both are same, but the way we write the structure of the sentence is different, bit different to understand. Or see, you select taught as verb. Similarly, first method, object. You were, you were taught, English grammar. You were taught English grammar. Second step is about, you have to begin with by whom. By whom, helping verb. Here you were helping verb. So take by whom were you taught, English grammar. English grammar. Just only difference is were because of you form. Why? Because in this statement we have two object, you and English grammar. That's why here we have the difference were and the first method was. Just have a look at. Next, did the proposal interest you? Were you interested by the proposal? That is the answer. How to find this answer? It's very simple. Just have a look at. Did the proposal interest you? Just you find out. I mean, this is what yes or no question. The sentence is given in the form of interrogative. You have to convert this particular sentence into affirmative. How can you do? The proposal interest you. You take proposal, interest. Did plus interest becomes interested, you. The proposal interested you. The proposal subject, interested verb, object. You is object. Then you write you. because object you, because of tense form interested, so it's given in simple past tense, so that you were, and here you is second person, so that were, you were interested, you were interested by the proposal, put a full stop. Then you can write were at first. You start again. Were you, were you interested, were you interested by the proposal, proposal, put a question mark at the end. Why we should write were you interested by the proposal? Because at the first here we have helping verb. As a result, we need to write were. If you don't write were at first, the statement ends with full stop. Okay. If you want to add at the end question mark, you have to follow this method. Okay. Yes. I hope you understood about this grammatical part. If you found difficulty to understand about handwriting, you can call me back. You can confirm about your doubt. You can ask. Okay. All the best.